Now the next chapter we have is equation of a straight line. So now straight line equation in Cartesian system, that is what we are going to do. X-axis, y-axis, the origin, and there are a few lines running out. And we have to find out the equations of these lines. So first of all, to find out the equation of these lines, you have to understand a few things about straight lines in the Cartesian system. First of all, there are three types of lines. Horizontal lines, those are parallel to x-axis. Obviously, right? Horizontal lines are like this. So they are parallel to x-axis. Vertical lines are parallel to y-axis. And third are oblique lines. Those are like this or going anywhere on the x-axis but are not parallel to either x or y-axis, right? Then we have inclination of a straight line. Inclination of a straight line is the angle that line makes with x-axis. That is the inclination. The angle it makes with the x-axis. Y-axis does not have anything to do with it, only the x-axis. So if we have, let's say, this line L and this line M, the inclination of line L is theta 2 and inclination of line M is theta 1. Do you understand? Line and this angle taken from here to here, that is the inclination of the straight lines. Now tell me, what is the inclination of a line that is parallel to y-axis? A line that is parallel to y-axis. That line would be like this. So the inclination would be 90 degrees, right? Draw a line parallel to y-axis in your notebooks. That line will have an inclination of 90 degrees. Now draw a line that is parallel to x-axis and tell me what is its inclination. The inclination for that line is 0 degrees and rest all the lines have some other inclinations, right? Next, what we have is the slope or gradient of a line. So what is the slope or a gradient? The tan or the tangent taken off this angle is called the slope of the line. So tan of the inclination is the slope, tan of the inclination. So for this it is tan theta, okay? So tan theta is the slope of that line. You just need to remember this. I will tell you the various values of tan theta and everything else in the coming chapters. You will do a little bit of trigonometry also, and then you will realize what tan theta really is, okay? Next we have intercepts. What are intercepts? Intercepts now are those points on which a line cuts the x-axis and y-axis, okay? Now let's say that we erase this line L and we keep only one line, that is M, okay? I'll just be completing this figure, just wait for a second. And okay, so we have only one line, that is M, and the angle it makes is theta, okay? So the slope is tan theta, okay? So now what are the intercepts? Intercepts, first of all, what do? We mark those points on which this line cuts the x-axis and the y-axis. Let's say that this point is P and let's say that this point is R, okay? Now what are intercepts? Intercepts is the length of this and this. So there are two intercepts. X-intercept is the distance from the origin to the point where the line meets x-axis. So that is the distance OP, okay? And the y-intercept is same way, the distance from the origin to the point where the line meets the y-axis. So that is the O, that is OR. So this is OP x and this is OP, the OP is the x-intercept and OR is the y-intercept, and both of these written together are known as the intercepts of that line, okay? So OP, OR will be the intercepts of those line, right? Now the next thing we have convention for the signs of intercepts, okay? The conventions are the same as we did in when we were finding out when we were finding out what are the coordinates of a point. What was that? Anything that is towards the right on the x-axis, right of the origin, on the x-axis is positive, left of the origin is negative, upward from the origin is again positive for y, and downward from the origin is negative y, right? Same way, x-intercept, if it is towards the right, it is positive. If it is towards the left, it is negative. Y-intercept towards up is positive, towards down is negative. So in this, both x and y are positive. But if we have a line like this, for this line, tell me the x-intercept will be negative, y-intercept will be positive, and same way we will be going. Towards the right of the origin for x is positive, towards the left of the origin for x is negative, upwards of origin for y is positive, downwards of origin for y is negative. And these are the sign conventions. And now we will be moving on to the equations of straight line.